So, I know I haven't posted in a while. I think about 4 or 5 months now. And I want to give you guys a little update on what's going on. So, I have made it to day 50 of nofap. Now, I have done nofap in the past several times, and I have continued it. The only difference this time is that I hadn't had sex or ejaculated in any way in these 50 days. Normally, when I did nofap, I've been on nofap for about probably over 200 something days, since the last time I masturbated. But I would have sex, in between, like once every month or twice a month or whatever, depending on if I was in a relationship or not. So, day 50, and no orgasm, nothing, absolutely nothing. So, anyways, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is what's been going on during those days, or during this time. And I actually wrote down a list. Maybe I should sit writing a script. But, yeah, so what I've noticed is that I have far less anxiety. Just far less anxiety. Like, I don't worry about almost anything these days. I mean, I do, but I don't worry to, like, a paralyzing way. Like, I don't fear things as much. It's really hard to explain, but it's like when the problem happens, I think of how to correct the problem rather than dwell on the problem at hand. I'm not like, oh no, this is terrible. What are we gonna do about it? I'm like, oh, this is bad. Okay, now this is what we should do about it. It's a different kind of mindset. I'm not sure. I think it's because of the extra energy that you get with nofap. The second topic is Flatline. That hit me about day 30. Day 30, it hit me Flatline. It's like you lose a lot of motivation, but it's not the worst way of losing motivation. When I lost motivation to play video games, not do anything, watch a lot of movies, TV shows. So losing motivation to do some of that isn't really the worst thing that could happen. That's what I lost motivation for. Like actually, like making money and going out there and working and stuff. It's about the same normal. But I lost motivation for most of my bad habits. Coming up, let's see what else we have. A key difference I have noticed is that my capacity to read is vastly increased. Not only just read, just faster, but to like interpret, like inflect on what you're reading. It is much higher than it's ever been. I'm not sure what my reading level was before, but it's much higher now. I don't have to like take one word at a time. Like I can just take in almost a whole paragraph at once. So that's definitely one of the benefits I've noticed. Outside of just doing nofap soft mode and hard mode. As far as fitness, I have more energy at the gym. Especially when it comes to cardiovascular energy, like it's like running and whatnot. I guess because I have more energy in my lower portion of my body now, since I'm not expelling it every couple days. But yeah, I am have much more endurance when it comes to the gym. I am definitely. There was a point where I could barely run 5 miles, but now I can run 5 miles easily, and it doesn't bother me whatsoever. But yeah, I probably just build up to it over time too. Hair. Yeah, a lot of people get a nofap because it clears up if you have acne, it clears up your acne. I never really had acne, but it clears up your acne, and some people report that they have had hair growth, like more hair on their heads afterwards. Unfortunately, not really. No, gonna have to go buy a razor probably later on today and get this all off my head. But I have noticed that my facial hair actually, when I do let it grow out, it is thicker. It is thicker. So if you guys want to grow a beard or anything that looks close to a beard, might want to try nofap for a little while. Posture. Now, a lot of people, when they walk up straight or walk around, they have to actually mentally think to keep their back straight. Even if they do, some people don't. But when you're on nofap, after a certain point, you just don't have to think about it. You're just walking up straight, shoulders back, head up, like effortlessly. You just walk around and I don't know. Like, I don't know how it is or how it works, but it just happens. I mean, I probably could delve more deeply into it. So I mentioned that I had given up video games. Okay, I still play some video games every now and then, but no more than like 30 minutes at a time. Even on my days off, like I just don't really have I don't feel like the need to play them anymore. Um, but I instead have taken up real life hobbies instead, like archery. I always love role playing archers in video games, and I used to do some archery when I was younger. And I was like, okay, I really like being an archer. I really like it, but how about maybe like developing kind of a almost useful skill outside of being on a computer? So I went out there, bought a bow, got some targets and everything, and I shoot about maybe like 60 arrows a day. It's just a hobby. It's fun to do, but it's getting me out there. It's getting me away from the computers. Actually incorporating some physical exercise, which I think everyone needs to have in their life. Again, speaking of exercise, I've been going to the gym about 4 or 5 times a week now. It took a while. At some point, I just had so much energy. I had to go out there and just burn it off. And yeah, I've been experiencing some pretty good gains at the gym. I'm not sure if I know that's a lot of bro science out there, but I don't think nofap makes you go to the gym, but it makes it so when you do go, you have the energy to perform at the gym. So I'm not sure you're going to get your gains and whatever like that. I don't think it increases your gains whatsoever, but I think it increases your motivation and not motivation, but your energy when you're at the gym to help in that perspective. But yeah, also on that topic, I am currently enrolled into becoming a personal trainer under NASM. I'm about halfway through the program right now, and yeah, just share that with everyone. Okay, let's hurry up and wrap this up though. Eye contact. Your eye contact's it's always there. When people look at you, talk to you, you stare them in the eye now. Not all the time. I notice that some days I do it more than others, but there's a lot of times I'm just staring at the eyes. But I don't take my eyes away from them. If I'm interested in the person or whatever, I don't take my eyes away from them. Another thing what people always want to know, why most people get on nofap, girls, yes, cannot have a discussion about not having girls on nofap. So, I think he's a double negative there. Anyways, girls, they definitely will look at you more, 100% more. They will pay you vastly more attention. Not that I'm a terrible looking guy, but they will you just have this kind of presence when you go in a room. And my goal is to make it to at least 90 days before I even think about going out there and dating again or anything like that. But it's just that I'm just trying to do what I'm trying to do. When I go somewhere, I go there and do what I plan to do there. Sometimes or not robotic, but pretty robotic. I have a set plan of what I want to do, and when I go to the gym, I'm not staring at all these girls all the time. Don't get me wrong, some of them look really good, but I'm not just staring them down like I used to. I just go to the gym, hit the weights, take a shower, go home. And I think this level of this determination or this focus that these women can admire or they see. I know it sounds cliche, but it's if you ignore them or something, the more they're attracted to you. I guess maybe it's that because deep down, I'm not trying to get a girl right now, and I feel like they can pick that up and it makes them want me more. I know that sounds silly, but if you make it to a certain point in nofap, you might realize it as well. And another topic I want to bring up is happiness, general happiness. It's very weird. It's probably one of the weirdest things I've experienced on nofap. You'll just be doing whatever you're doing, studying, doing homework, at work, whatever, and you just have this moment of just almost pure bliss for no apparent reason. I think it might be something to do with dopamine receptors balancing out. I don't know. That part of my personal training isn't there yet. But yeah, you'll just be doing whatever, mind your own business, and your dopamine receptors just kick in, or whatever, or a flood of dopamine just happens, and you're just blissfully happy for about the next 30 minutes for no reason at all. Just smiling and whatever. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I wanted to share though, because that is something that I found very, very, very odd. I think that's about it. Voice. my voice has gotten pretty deep. It projects more than it used to. I don't know if that's because I've been doing a lot more cardiovascular exercise or not, but your voice, it gets deeper. There's some points where it goes back up to like where it was before, but in general, my voice is deeper more consistently than it was before, and I don't know why that is, perhaps. But that's something I also, if you guys have like if your voice always kind of cracks up and down every now and then, if you make it to like at least day 30, it just doesn't do it anymore. It just stays at like a normal pitch, and sometimes it just gets deeper than what it is. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to try to keep this video short. I did not mean for this to go 10 minutes and 40 seconds. So I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to put little links in the bottom so you guys can fast forward to the parts you want to hear. But thanks for stopping by and watching.